Good morning, everybody. It's a great pleasure to welcome all of you here today. Unlocking the U.S.-India trade potential is an exciting opportunity for all of us, and it's one of the most important challenges facing our two countries. And it's no surprise then that we have such a distinguished group of panelists who are going to be speaking throughout the day, and a distinguished audience of interested academics, business people, and government representatives here. I want to thank the Atlantic Council for its work in organizing today's trade forum and tomorrow's focused group discussions. And I also want to thank the other partners here who have helped make this day possible. It's our hope that this event, this conference, will bring stakeholders together from, as I said, business, government, and academia to help and inform, shape the policy discussions here in our consular district, but also as well feeding into the discussions in Washington and in New Delhi on trade between our countries. Last month, Secretary of State Rex Tillerson laid out an ambitious plan to take the U.S.-India partnership to new heights, not just for the duration of his tenure and the administration, but looking to the next 100 years. If you've not read it, I would recommend taking a look at his speech given in October just before his visit to New Delhi. He spoke at CSIS in Washington, and it was on defining our relationship with India for the next century. It really is it's a great statement of U.S. goals for this partnership across strategic, defense, and economic and people-to-people spheres. And in his speech, he underscored what those of us here today really already know, that U.S. and India, as the world's oldest and largest democracies, are natural and highly influential partners. Secretary Tillerson also laid out key points with an eye toward economic prosperity, and one of the key points being that economic growth flows from innovative ideas. Our partnership is cemented by the close ties between our people. Nearly 4 million Americans of Indian descent call the United States home. Some 166,000 Indian students are studying in the United States today. And we have over 60,000 American citizens resident in the state of Karnataka. We also have over 600 American businesses operating in India. And nowhere are these ties, this connection, more visible than here in Bangalore. This city hosts the largest concentration of U.S. business in India. And as Consul General to this consular district, which includes Kerala and Tamil Nadu, as well as Karnataka, this is a distinction I value greatly. And if I may quote Secretary Tillerson again from his speech, he noted, "The exchange of technologies and ideas between Bangalore and Silicon Valley is changing the world." And I think that's a great testimony to the innovation, the ideas, and the talent here in Bangalore, and the connections to U.S. companies and U.S. trade that we're looking to build and develop today. We actively look to these ties to foster a strong commercial relationship. And as Dr. Aghe mentioned, last year bilateral trade expanded to nearly $120 billion. And two-way investment is reaching record levels. The United States is now India's #1 trade partner, and U.S. exports of goods and services to India support more than 200,000 jobs in the United States. We're seeing this cooperation expand into new areas. Bilateral defense trade has risen from near zero years ago to more than $15 billion in the last decade, and we aim to make sure that trajectory continues. During his visit to New Delhi, Secretary Tillerson made clear the United States will work with India to provide crucial technologies to enhance its capacity to contribute to regional security. And last month, we saw the first export of U.S. crude oil to India in more than 40 years. And along with possibilities in LNG, we see this as an area of great potential growth, perhaps $2 billion annually, perhaps more. This is all very encouraging news, but we can't be satisfied with that or simply assume that these trends will continue without active, hard work. And that's why we're here today. We're here to look at the policy. We're here to look at the practicalities. We're here to look at things that could be improved in everything from the practical side to supply chains to the big deals themselves. We discussed these issues between our governments at the U.S.-India Trade Policy Forum in Washington at the end of October. And it was clear there we share the same overarching goals. And that's the goals we're discussing today on how to unlock the untapped potential in bilateral trade. And I'm very optimistic we'll find some answers. In my first few months here as Consul General, I find it hard not to be optimistic. There's so much talent and so much passion and energy here, and enthusiasm for the bilateral relationship. And this is vitality, this energy has made India a hub for creativity and innovation. And it makes India a great ideal host for the Global Entrepreneurship Summit, which will be hosted by the United States and India in Hyderabad, November 28th to 30th. Both of our governments are supporting this initiative, which will join together hundreds of entrepreneurs, investors, and others to showcase the strengths of our two great countries in finding solutions to the toughest problems and in transforming the world. Prime Minister Modi has given his support. Our delegation is going to be led by advisor to the President, Ivanka Trump, and it will contain other senior officials. The theme for this year's Global Entrepreneurship Summit is one in which I hope we all will agree, and that's women first, prosperity for all. And this is more than an idealistic aspiration. In fact, it's an idea supported by economic data that when women do better, when women are participants in the economy, economies and societies do better. For this reason, too, I am especially delighted that Paula Stern has joined us today as our keynote speaker. Given her experience as the former chair of the U.S. International Trade Commission and her past role as one of the highest ranking individuals in the executive branch of our government, we're really pleased that you're here today. Thank you. I'm eager to hear your views based on your decades of experience in promoting trade and how we can take those lessons and ideas and apply them in the U.S.-India context. I also want to salute Dr. Aghi. Few people have thought more deeply about the U.S.-India trade relationship than him. I'm grateful for his participation here today. And we're delighted to have you, Mr. Nalankani, also to join us today. One of the Indian business giants here and so involved in the trade relationship with the U.S. So I want to thank you. I want to thank all of our impressive experts who will be joining us on the stage during the day, in subsequent conversations, and in the working groups tomorrow. I also want to thank the audience for being here today. taking time out of your busy schedules to devote a day to this important discussion. The dedication of such leadership that you show matters and is something that we want to leverage for furthering our bilateral relationship. So thank you for sharing your ideas and perspectives throughout the day too. I know that we will bring the same strengths to bear in our work to deepen the bilateral economic partnership, and I welcome all of your insights during the sessions today on just how we can do this and do it well. Thank you.